Welcome to Vlogmas, day one. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of what we're going to do here and explain Vlogmas or Advent calendar, diamond painting, or whatever it is that will happen for all of December. Not all of December, up until Christmas Eve. We got this beautiful mystery painting from Diamond Art Club that I bought last year. In fact, it was my first purchase ever from Diamond Art Club. And I got all the sections with a sticker on them. With me trying to move it here so you can see as many as possible. All of them with a sticker on here with what day each one belongs to. We'll be starting with this one over here. And now that I've got you to see that, we need to put this in position. I'll try my best to fit it between the two stands here. Oh, will you be able? Yeah, you can see that, right? Yeah. Okay, fix my light pad here. I use a light pad because I'm blind. Okay. But, spoiler alert, like I said, mystery kit. We're going to be using some of my favorite tools. And this episode specifically or whatever, this day on Vlogmas will be like a WIP Chat. And if I run out of things to say or it takes too long to work on this one section, we'll go ahead and do a time lapse. And then in the end, you will reveal it. Then starting from after there, you will have a little bit, like tomorrow, you'll see me start on 2. We'll start with a little bit of how my day went. If I need to sit there and say anything, Vlogmas day 2. Then time lapse of the thing being done, the painting being done, and a reveal. And I'm going to be doing that every day, and I'll be putting the reveals over on Instagram as well with the spoiler alert. So let's get started, shall we? Now that I've sped up things and everything else. If y'all didn't know about Diamond Art Club's first 2 mystery kits, they were released December of last year. I could not tell you the day. I think I purchased them on December 15th or December 18th. I do not have my spreadsheet here, but I can actually have it in 2 seconds and tell you. Let's just do it the Gems Flow way. Okay, just show me started, because I think I did put it as started. I did. Yeah, it says ordered the 15th, received the 18th. See, I knew those 2 dates meant something. You want to know about my storage? These are both Harbor Freight containers. This does not come with all the little boxes inside. So I use the boxes from these to fill this up, and it'll hold 52 without filling these 2 little slots right here, which we'll see here in a second. God. So we got Christmas House by Joelle McIntyre. If y'all missed the mystery kits last year when they were released, you got the title of the painting and the artist. And then you would get like either you would get Christmas Celebration by Joelle McIntyre, but whenever you got the kit, it would say the name of the painting. That's why I have the Ines Guerrero. I hope I said that name right. I have hers too. So I have both the first 2 that came out, and that was my first purchase ever from Diamond Art Club. And so these are Harbor Freight containers. Like I said, those are all the containers that come in these little guys, and it will hold 52. It's 14 per row, except for this row I put 10 in. You could possibly put 2 right here. I just don't like putting 2 right here. And considering there are 5 extra colors, because it's 57 colors in here, just put them in an extra one to hold all the extra drills. So we'll be using those containers. This is the only hand turn pen I have besides these little ones from Diamond Art Club and Amazon. So I'll be using a 10 placer. It's the same 10 placer I'm moving from along because, like I said, this is my only one. This is a metal tip from Diamond Art Club. And that's, like I said, a cheap 10 placer. You buy them off Amazon in a bunch of packs. I'll be using it also in my multi-placer. Miranda's Crafty Corner pumpkin pie scented because I'm a basic ass bitch and I like my pumpkin pies. And I will be using my Patty Wax Super Sticky that came in a little cupcake tin that are a cupcake holder that I broke the day I got it, because I break things. Not really going to use it as a cover minder, but this is my wax minder. It's a cover minder. If you don't drop it, now it's upside down. Okay. It's a cover minder that's also a little wax minder. If you don't know what a wax minder is, you will go ahead and you will fill your pen with your wax and then just do to get rid of any residue on your pen before you start drilling instead of the sacrificial drill. Now that we've gone through all of that, nothing will be changing from day to day. Oh, I forgot my trays. I have some vision issues. I don't know why I have issues with the contrast, so I only use these two trays. My black Unimade and my cookies and cream Unimade for the dark colors. So light colors on this one, dark colors on this one, and yeah, they probably get dirty. I don't care. I clean them regularly. The bottom's on a different story. So like I said, nothing will be changing. These are what I use normally. This is what I'm going to use. And might as well just get into it. It'll take me a second here to chill out. Whew. Okay. I need to get everything situated. Oh, I already did. This will be going in my logbook. My sticker. I used the big sticker for that. The little sticker is actually hidden in another box, so I wouldn't lose it. Since it's right here, we're going to go ahead and have these right here. Normally, I'd flip it sideways like this is. But then I can't open them because it opens that way. But if you have issues with the symbols, like I don't have issues when they're upside down and everything else. But if you have issues with the symbols when you're facing different directions, I recommend, like in this case, turning it this way so you can see the symbols. This can pop off, so it's not in your way. But me, I have no issues. I'm just going to do that. Oh, we need this one open too. And now, before we get started, let's talk about the elephant in the room. My nail, my favorite nail. Look, it's been 3 weeks since I painted my nails. I think they look pretty damn good. Okay, I use my nails a lot. I'm a resin crafter. Okay? So, if that's my only problem, and I'm not flicking you off, I'm flicking the computer off over there. If that's my only problem, then hey, I'm not going to complain. I ain't really doing it. It takes hours. Let's get this situated here. Like, no, I flipped you upside down again, didn't I? Yes, I did. Maybe. There it goes. You know what? We'll use one of my fail cover minders too. It's my dumpster fire. These are not for sale yet. Maybe I'll get them up this month if I remember. No, ADHD. We'll go into that in a little bit too. Oh, must be my chair. This is a little bit easier. This is my ceramic pen. It's got a pointy tip. It's just so I don't cut the canvas, which I have, but I don't cut too deep in through the canvas. Why am I doing it that way? So I can section these appropriately. Here in a second we'll talk. I'm just being focused because I don't want to cut nothing. I don't want to cut nothing. Sip of coffee. Cut this open. It's like, no, I'm not going to work. I tend to get loud. My voice tends to raise, and I apologize if you have sensitive ears, because I set my noise gate up for my lower volume voice because other people are in the house and I have anxiety. Dun, dun, dun. Hold that for a second. Yeah, don't worry. I just put labels over the clear plastic. That's how I did it. I made little sticker labels and I cut them to size so they fit in. Now, if you haven't seen mystery kits, all mystery kits come in black and white. Most people I know. I don't know if this is true, but a lot of people and most people I know can see the pattern. But some people can't. And we will not hold that against you. Please don't rub up against me. Mike's trying to rub up against me. How am I going to start? So what I like to do to start this is I like to look around and which symbol sticks out the most, considering we're dealing with a lot of different symbols. And what's sticking out the most, this one. Yes, I'm checking contrast to see which one will be easier to see it on. Okay. We'll get to talking here once I get set up. We'll talk about how things have been going. This is a WIP Chat. Today's Vlogmas is a WIP Chat. If you don't know what a WIP is, it means work in progress. And this is a new start, so it's definitely a work in progress. And we're going to sit here and chat while we work on it. But like I said, the next Vlogmas will be just like a short little snippet vlog. And, of course, a time lapse. A time lapse. There we go. Y'all get to hear some snaps. Oh, did I not fill my pen? Well, oh well. I tend to just keep using from painting to painting. I will probably refill my multi-placer once or twice during a painting. So 3 uses to a painting, and I don't even pay attention to the tip. Just when it starts getting a little bit, whatchamacallit, get a little bit like this, where it doesn't want to pick up every time, I replace it. And yes, I know, I break the cardinal rule of do not go different directions with squares. Well, you know what? Suck it, nerd. I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's talk about why you never received another WIP Chat. Long story short, audio issues. Audio issues. That would be the easiest one for me. Audio issues. Yes, that's my phone. I just need to grab something. The main thing was audio issues. I went to record and the noise gate was too high, so it wasn't picking up everything I was saying. I cut some Diamond Art Club release papers in half so they're not as big, and that'll help me keep from sticking. There. Oh, I gotta write something down too. Oh my god, you're just so well organized. I know, right? I know, right? Aren't I great? So, what was I saying? Yeah, I had some technical difficulties. The noise gate was too low. And other things like an entire file just was missing. So I did multiple tests today. I've been over anxious about it to make sure that it would work. And at the same time, I had other things I had to do. And I was like, no, it's the first day of Vlogmas. I can't miss the first day of Vlogmas. Well, I could, but I'm not going to miss the first day of Vlogmas because, anxiety. So I was like, okay, well, I got a vlog. I got to do this. And that's telling you the reality that there might be makeup days to where I still do the diamond painting, but you'll just hear me talk about it and then show the reveal. I can't guarantee it. Look, I got a lot going on. This is my third WIP. Third. I got Kawaii Rainbow by Sparkle Queen Creations. I don't know if you know that company, but I'll show that off one day. Maybe one day in the Vlogmas. And that is a Christmas present for a family member. Don't worry. My family don't watch my YouTube. They never watch my streams, and I don't mind it. Of course, I forgot to silence my phone so everybody gets to hear the ring doorbell. Which, if you have one, you know that sound. Hey, someone was at the door. No kidding. Let my mom handle that. And that's life. That's what all the people say. Sorry. I tend to handle a lot of annoyances by just like singing to myself and like Grr. What was I saying? I don't even know. I don't even know. Where were we go? Oh, we're talking about whips. So I got this whip. Obviously, this is now officially a whip. Then I have the Kawaii Rainbow by Sparkle Queen Creations, which that's where I was talking about. And then I have the other mystery diamond painting that if you follow me on TikTok, you'd be noticing, oh, she's putting out mystery diamond paintings now, or she's putting out videos again, D20 videos, which is my favorite series. It is my absolute favorite series to sit there and roll a dice and choose what to do. That's why I was like, how am I going to do this advent calendar? Because it's 24. I guess I could do 20. I could do 20. But I was like, no, no, no. So I went to a random number picker. But like the one that never picks a number twice. And I go 1 to 24. Pick them in order. And it picked this order. And I sat there and the results came out in 4 rows and 6 columns. And I was like, perfect. Boom. I took those numbers and then I sat there and I figured out the pattern in which I wanted the pictures to go. That worked just fine. And I got what I wanted. I got what I wanted. Oh my god. But apparently I can't get these things on it. Oh, and I'm not a straight placer. Not a straight placer at all. And I don't even care. I have a mild case of OCD. I was diagnosed as a child. But it's not enough to really drive me crazy. My biggest problem is I just can't eat in odds. I have to eat in evens. That is actually, I think, the only thing that got me diagnosed is I've always had to eat in evens, and my friends think it's crazy, and they'll cut something in half and give me 2 halves, and then tell me that they're 2 wholes instead, just to make me feel better about it. And I've been able to trick myself, saying, yeah, 2 halves is 1 whole, but that's still an even number. So technically, every odd number is an even number if you sit there and think of it that way, and that's how I get away with like 1 sandwich, you know. Well, 1 sandwich, it was never a big deal. It was usually candy and cookies and I don't know, crackers. Crackers. Oh my god. That's a big deal. Yeah. So, those are my 3 whips. And there's about to be a 4th because I would like to join Jingle Drills, but I can't do that with this painting because it's a mystery. And can we talk about how annoyed I am about mystery rules? Oh, I'm sorry. You can't post anything on your own social media without spoilers. And I'm not sitting there talking about, oh, that's DAC rules. That is the community rules. Like, okay, I get you and I understand. But why do I need a spoiler warning for a YouTube video, for example? A YouTube video when the title will say mystery kit, right? It's stuff like that. Now, I have a spoiler warning in the beginning of my TikToks for that one, and this 3rd one I just put up as a draft, this 3rd part I put up as a draft, is just the text saying, spoiler alert. So if they're not looking at their phones, which honestly, if you're watching TikTok, you usually aren't looking, usually are looking at your phone. It's not like YouTube. YouTube, you'll put on autoplay and it's a different story, but TikTok being that short form content, love you short form. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, you know what? With part 3, I'm gonna try a visual. I'm gonna try a visual spoiler alert and see if that works. So that's what I did. And yesterday I released part 2. Yes. And so the first 3 videos, the teaser, the part 1, and the part 2, they all came out 4 days apart. After part 2, they're going to be coming out 3 days apart. That way I can get 10 videos out this month because there's going to be 28 total. I think no, 38 total. 38. Yeah, that was a whole nother ordeal. If you have looked at, I've been working on slow down. Whew. I've been working on that content since July. And it took me days to finish that first section. took me weeks to finish the next section. And so by the time I got to section 3, I go, okay, what did I just do? I go, okay, yeah, I can't do that. So I split them all in half, and you'll see that at the beginning of the part 3 video. Spoiler! Sorry. That I split them all in half, and now I'm using a D6 to determine if it's top or bottom, and then the D20 to determine the number. But I'm rolling them both at once, so it's not like, oh, I gotta roll over and over again type deal. I mean, like, if the 20 comes up, like, what was the section I just revealed to y'all? I don't even remember. 14 or whatever? Now, if that comes up again, like, if I roll 14 on the D20, but the die is, like, 1 on the D20, then I will probably just re-roll the D20. I haven't really decided yet, because I haven't had that situation to where I've had ones that I've already done yet. Now, those ones that I've already done yet, and yeah, I didn't pour a lot out of here, so I'm having issues here. But the ones that I've already done, usually when I'm doing a D20 series, this is now my 3rd one. Usually when I do a D20 series, I just keep re-rolling off camera. Sorry, I have a heater and a AC window unit, not AC, a window unit that does both heat and AC, and that is just blowing my little papers around and stuff like that. That's why the noise gate was important. My mind is not working. It's all over the place here. I don't know. I'm a little stressed, which we'll talk about that. You know, we won't be like my husband. What do you have to be stressed about? I swear I almost smacked that boy. Look, marriage is not supposed to be perfect. So if you want to smack your husband for saying something stupid, you want to smack your husband for saying something stupid. There's nothing wrong with that feeling. But I don't want to go into that. I really don't. I just did, technically. I did, technically. Oh, so how have I been? It was October, I think? Maybe? When the last time I posted a video, I kind of want to look to see when the last time I posted a video, because I do the short form content so often. Yes, I'm going to look at my phone, which for some reason was sitting unlocked and in frame. Y'all don't need to see that. Don't look at my phone. Nosy. Okay, every time. Y'all ever open up the Google and you see the YouTube music and the YouTube studio, and even though they are slightly different, oh, someone's at my front door. Even though they are slightly different, it's just like I automatically click on YouTube Music and not YouTube Studio. Okay, let's see. Okay, we don't count the D20 challenge. Damn it, Jim. Content. 2 months ago, it says. It doesn't tell you the date, because why? Why would it tell you the date? Okay, September 30th. Close enough. 2 months. Exactly. Either way. I know that's driving y'all crazy, because it's driving me crazy. Either way. A lot of things have happened in the past 2 months, and I don't even know where to begin. So I can give you a rundown. If y'all didn't know, my husband and my son still live in Texas. I moved to Alabama to help take care of my mother, and I needed a change, and da-da-da. There's way too much to mention to really care for all the reasons I moved out here. So I moved out here to help take care of my mother. That's the main reason. And my husband and my oldest son stayed behind to work on the house, because my son literally just turned 16 in October. So we have lived away from each other for a little over a year, since August of last year, since my son was just shy of 15. And it was because he wanted to spend his first year in high school at that school and with his friends and da-da-da-da, and he ended up joining sports. And my husband goes, I need his help to work on the house to get it ready to sell. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna bitch. So in October, because my son's birthday is in October, past 2 years, I've gone out there and visited because of the fact that I'm not going to sit there and miss my kid's birthday. I've never missed a birthday. Okay, sorry, the camera clicked off and back on. I've never missed a birthday. I have no intentions of missing a birthday. And so I made a way to afford to drive out there and see my son for his birthday. Well, I made a comment about how I had these ADHD tendencies and everything else, and my husband, being a smartass, says, "Oh, self-diagnosed. You don't have ADHD." And I said, "I know. I said ADHD tendencies." So I sat there and I got annoyed, and when I got back to Alabama, I went and I got diagnosed with ADHD, and it's combined ADHD. And after that, I sat there and I pretty much told him, "Suck it, nerd. I was right. Fuck off." Because that's my attitude. And he goes, "Oh, I always knew you had ADHD. It's just, there's a difference when it's self diagnosed and actually diagnosed," which I always thought I had inattentive ADHD, and I was diagnosed with combined ADHD, which explains a lot of the contradictions. And then I had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and she asked me what my route of treatment, what I plan on doing, and I'm sitting there and I told her probably therapy. And I pretty much decided that I will be doing behavioral treatment. That won't go right in there. Oh, sorry, I needed a taste of my coffee. I will be doing behavioral treatment, and a lot of the treatments that I know are because my daughter has inattentive ADHD. So I tried doing one of the ones. It don't work. Routine does not work with hyperactive. Everyone's, "Oh, it does. I swear by it." Yeah, but you were raised with routine and everything else. My life has always been in chaos, and I work better in chaos. I don't know why I work better in chaos. There's no point in going over it. I just work better in chaos. So routine doesn't work for me. But certain things like this whole making a list, but not just a list, I'm going to add everything that could possibly undergo in the process of this task as a list. Like, I need to do my laundry. Everybody else would be like, "Do laundry." Me, no, 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 no. Gather dirty laundry, move laundry into laundry room, load and run the washer, load and run the dryer, take laundry out of dryer, fold laundry, hang laundry, put laundry away. I just turned a 1-step list item into 8 steps. Yep. And putting that on the list, I get a little bit of dopamine. And everything's all well and dandy. And I get excited. And I get a rush. I'm like, I got something done. And then there's times where I let my ADHD take over, and I have a fucking superpower. It is a superpower. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to do a preemption that I do curse and I have no problem with it, and they're just words, and if you don't like it, there's a door. Anywho, so my superpower of ADHD is collecting crafts. Oh, but that's any crafter. Yeah. Hold up. So, Saturday, I hang out in Mrs. Coffee's, um, what does she call it? I hang out in her stream on Saturday on Twitch. And it's a co working stream. That's what she calls it. To where, as you go throughout the day, you show your progress for your craft that you're doing, whether it's diamond painting or crochet or drawing, whatever you're doing, right? Well, I have multiple crafts, and I will be talking to her all day in her chat because I love her chat. Her chat's great, and I'll be random as shit because that's what I do. I try not to turn chat about me, but that's the way I am. I like talking about me, and there's no shame in liking talking about yourself. At least admit you have a problem, and I do. I like sitting there relating to people. That's an ADHD thing I found out recently. But and so I'll sit there in her chat and I'll talk, and half the thing it's about how I can relate. But in between, then I will jump from resin to crochet to diamond painting to different diamond painting to more resin to I need to clean up the studio. I need to do this. I need to do that. So my superpower is taking the multitasking capabilities to where my brain can't stay focused on one task and using it to get several things done. And sometimes it works. But I need a body double, and that's what I use Miss Coffee for, is she's my body double. If that makes sense. I will listen to her, stop only once in a while because of the fact that, okay, if you sat in Mrs. Coffee's chat for a while, you know you can't always just lurk. You gotta respond to some of the shit going on. So, lurk most of the way, but then you get that one thing that catches your attention, you gotta respond to it. And that's when the ADHD goes, okay, I am bored with resin crafting. Let's go ahead and diamond paint. And instead of fighting that urge to switch. Who's texting me? Ah. So instead of fighting that urge to go back. Sorry. Instead of fighting the urge to switch tasks, you just go ahead and switch tasks. And yeah, you may not get one thing completed, but you'll get progress on everything you have going on. And if you continue to do that, you end up cycling back to the original task. Hi. Oh, great. I just messed it all up. Here, how about we just do this? No, wrong way. Wrong way. Y'all don't need to see what's going on there. Why am I this way? Because I am. Sorry. Do we see a picture coming along yet? I don't. I think I'm blind. But of course, I'm only 2 colors in. Anyway, as I was saying. So, a good example is yesterday, I did not even have all these images completely ready with the numbers on them and ready to go print. And I couldn't get the mood to clean up the studio and set up recording and da 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 da. So I needed a body double for that. And I have a really good friend that I have several really good friends that help me body double. And so I text my good buddy and I go, hey, I need a body double. So instead of working on this, I went ahead and I started crocheting the project. And then when I got bored of that, I started working on the images. When I was done with the images, I was actually ready to set all this up. We'll put it over there. I don't like putting them back in the tray when I've accidentally stuck them to the canvas. So I'll find a place for them, like I just did. I was like, there's gotta be a black one somewhere. Hey, Project. This is only my second mystery kit from Diamond Art Club that I've been working on. And twice now, from what I can tell, blacks are that little round dot. This one. That's your 310. Gimme. They want to give it to me. Give it to me. Wow. What was it? What else has been going on? So, told you about my diagnosis, my craziness. I'm crazy. I've also been diagnosed with anxiety, and I need to be looked at further for depression. That one I don't, but the anxiety makes perfect sense. Also during October, my son got a concussion. That's a whole nother story I really don't want to go into, but because it's stupidity for me. It's the stupidity of the situation. Not that he got a concussion, but how everybody reacted to it. He was on an e-bike. If you don't know what an e-bike is, it's like if you take a bicycle and you take and you put an RC car motor on it. Sorry, I'm looking for a color. You take a bicycle and put an RC car on. RC car motor on it. So you just don't have to pedal, but it doesn't even go that fast, right? So you take that, And then my phone keeps vibrating and it's distracting me. And that's what he was on. He was going downhill. He was going downhill. He lost control. He put his feet down to brake, therefore crashed. He fainted after the crash, and that's why I took him to the ER, and they go, oh, he's got a concussion. But trying to explain to everybody in the ER, in the school, and even his dad, like it took several attempts here to explain that he's got a concussion from an e-bike. They even put on the ER paper, motorcycle accident. I go, no, it's an e-bike. An e-bike. It's literally the bike version of an RC car. It has not a lot of real power to it. Yes, they can go a decent speed, but it's not a motorcycle. It's not a moped. It's nothing like that. It's not even go-kart speeds. But no. It's just frustrating. Well, when I called to sit there and make him an appointment, they didn't have anything available for a week afterwards, but I had a doctor's appointment, so I took him with me, and we added him to that appointment, and turns out he's perfectly fine. The MRI came out clear and everything else, just, the fact is he never got sick afterwards. Perfectly healthy kid. Whatever. I'm lucky. He's lucky. And I grabbed too many on this, and now I'm trying to find one with a lot of places, and I can't. Yes, that's me whining. I know, it sounds horrible. So I will single place with the multi-placer as best as I can. No, I ruined it! I ruined it! Yes, I'm being over dramatic. Let me be. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay. Anywho. So he was all fine, but then doctor goes, I'm going to take you into a private room. Let your son sit here, because we're going to do an ECG on you. Because your blood pressure is out of control. So my ECG came out normal. It came out great. But my blood pressure was stage 2 hypertension. And so she had to put me on meds. I have high blood pressure. And now, for the unforeseeable future, the foreseeable future, I will be on high blood pressure medication. And we just had that follow-up appointment this week, and it's working. So, that's good. Apparently, it's rare for the first try to actually work. So go me. I don't have to sit there and go through crazy stuff. So now I'm on 4 medications. I'm on 3 different allergy meds. No, 2 different allergy meds. And vitamin D, because I'm vitamin D deficient, and high blood pressure medication. So I am not going to die anytime soon. Y'all are stuck with me. As I tell my kids, you're stuck with me until I go crazy. And then, of course, they go, Mom, you're already crazy. And you tell them, shut up. And yeah. Oh, where am I? Where am I? Right here. I tell you, my brain is not working. It's because I'm trying to think about everything that's happened in the past 2 months, and there's been a lot, so it's just not natural for me to think about it. Like, and retell those stories, because usually I tell a story as soon as it's fresh in my head, and having to go back, it's like, sorry, brain no worky. Brain gave up. So that's why I'm like, why can't I think? And then, of course, anxiety and. Oh, it's not fun being me. What am I saying? It's freaking awesome to be me. Except for those things. Okay? It really is. I have no clue what you go to. Okay, I keep seeing these double dots. That's how I'm letting my mind work. Anything I see a lot of that's getting my attention, that's what I work on. And there's the double dots. It was getting my attention. And I also usually try to stick with, if I'm working with the gray tray, the cookies and cream from Unimade. If I'm working with that, I will stick with dark colors for the rest of the way. For as long as I possibly can until something else stands out so bad that's like, "Arr!" Look, I make weird noises. And the fact is, I'm trying to think of a way to get everything all out in less than an hour because of the fact that I'm used to streaming and not YouTube. Streaming, you can talk about it all fucking stream and it can be different things and you can ramble on about the same thing over and over again because you got different people coming in. YouTube, I don't think you can. I don't know. I haven't streamed in over a year. I do TikTok. TikTok is quick. You're lucky if you hear my voice, okay? That's the type of content I like. Who knew this whole time that it was because of my ADHD? Full circle. Why are you doing this to me? That's myself doing it to me, not the canvas and the drills. I love you, Super Sticky, but sometimes you're too sticky. And a lot of my commentary is I'm used to being a gamer, so you talk about what you're doing, you don't talk about your day. You just use that as filler space while nobody is around in the stream. And so here I am trying to have a conversation about my day, and it's hard for me. Yeah, I spent all day working on this damn thing to make sure everything was right, so I wouldn't have to re-record. Do you know how many times I re-recorded that WIP Chat before I said, fuck it, I'm not doing it? 3 times. 3 times something went wrong. 3 flippin' times. I killed an SD card. And that's when I decided, oh, I'm going to pull out all the streaming equipment. And I mean, I pulled out the streaming equipment. Right now, you're on the boom arm for my microphone. I had to go buy another one for my microphone if I ever decide to fucking stream again. You're on my laptop XSplit. It's like OBS. Oh, where did I leave off? My kid came in. Because what you doing? I'm recording. Oh my god. Anyway, as I was saying, right now I have it set up with XSplit, which is like OBS, except it's older than OBS. It's been around a lot longer, but it's not free. I have a premium license because of the fact that when they decide, oh, we're not going to be free anymore, we're ready to full release, that, and this is before OBS came out. I was like, oh, hell no, and I started paying for it. And then OBS came out, and everybody's like, you need to switch to OBS, it's free. And then I try to switch to it, and I can't use it. Because my brain is set to work on XSplit and not OBS. So right now, I'm recording this the same way somebody would use OBS to record, okay? I'm sorry. People usually don't use OBS to record. They use their phones or they use OBS to stream. But no. I'm not using my phone. My phone goes off too much. And if I miss a call from my husband because I'm busy recording, I'll never hear the end of it. Apparently, I don't love him anymore. It's hilarious. Sorry, I keep like leaving my hand out there because I'm trying not to hold my head up. You know, I'd rather just hold my head up. But I'm afraid my head's gonna end up in camera. I have no clue if it's ended up in camera this whole time. And then I gotta go and rewatch this. But because I have ADHD, yeah, common theme here today. Because of the ADHD, I'm not gonna be able to watch it in real time, so I'm gonna have to like speed it up and be like, ah, no, it's a disaster, and delete it, and then start all over again. Because that's the way my life works, and you're gonna be like, but it's already completed. How do you start it over? You find a way. You find a way. Okay? That way, if this fails, I am fucked. Fucked. Okay? I already decided if the audio fails on this, I'm just gonna over voice it because yeah. But this is gonna come out late. And so I need to start doing these recordings earlier in the day, especially when I don't have any kids home because it's almost 6 o'clock. It's 5:45. And so my kid not being able to talk to me, he's like, you know, he's 12. And that is a whole nother thing. Again, this is Concussion Boy. I don't call him that normally. It's just it fits for this moment. Yeah. Oh, it's bad enough I already turned down the echo. I use the word echo because a lot of people just use the word Alexa and make some other people's machines go off. Mine's name is computer, which I said that really quietly so it wouldn't pick up. That's why I can get away with listening to people on speakerphone because I never have to deal with their stuff going off. Okay. There's a lot more I can sit there and talk about, but with it coming across, I think I've been talking for like 40 something minutes almost an hour. I am going to leave off from here and just do a time lapse of the next bit so you can just see it complete, and then I will come back with an explanation because I'd like to get this out by like 8 p.m. my time. And I don't know if that's possible at this point. I'm hoping it is. But yeah, I'm going to start doing these things earlier so they'll be done in the afternoon. I'd like to release by 5 versus being here at almost 6 doing them. And then that'll give me more time to work on the other diamond paintings throughout the day. Yes, sounds good. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and do a time lapse on this, and I will see you guys when it's done. Well, now that took a while. Way too long. A few hours, in fact. But look! Let's get rid of so you don't see the gapping as bad. It's a little fireplace through a window with a little stocking. Yeah, I've never really done confetti before. A lot of my paintings that when it comes to confetti, they're more like these line confetti, which isn't really confetti. They call it like line blocking. So these little bits, oh my gosh. And then you put in the fact that it's a mystery, so you can't really see the colors, so that adds time to it. Yes, it looks good. So based off of the time that this one took, I do not think I will be doing time lapses every single video because that is like a 2.5 hour clip that I have to bring down into like 3 or 4 minutes. I don't know how well it'll do. Either way, we'll be back tomorrow with day 2, which I have no clue where that is on this diamond painting. And you will start with seeing this in the upright position. Don't forget to check on Instagram to see exactly what it looks like in the upright position. I will have spoiler alerts above that. And don't forget to keep up with TikTok. Everything is at Kiona BT. You know, I'm pretty good at keeping my name consistent, except for my Etsy shop, but that thing's like in limbo right now, so we'll get to that later. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. I will see y'all tomorrow in another day of Vlogmas. Have a happy evening and happy holiday. Bye bye.